Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We're going to do some live channeling here. I do this live on Facebook in the Bringing Forth Soul Consciousness group page. So if you're a member of that, my group page, then you can ask a question, write it in the comments, and I will channel an answer for you. It is my pleasure to do this. I need to be of service to you and to other people. It's a mandate in a way. It's my sole purpose in a way. I've been a channel since 1988 and possibly even before that. There was some interesting comments in my junior high school and high school yearbooks about long conversations I've had with people that I don't remember, where I was very helpful. And I bless those people, and I'm glad I got a chance to be useful. Good morning, Tom Sawyer and Noah Griffin. How wonderful that you are here. Hopefully, I get to answer a question for you. Um, and questions are good. We need to ask questions. There's no reason not to answer and ask questions. So I'm going to make sure I can get to my Facebook page on my laptop and see if you're writing things in. Um, it's a little tricky technologically doing this live, making it happen. Okay. Wow. Got somebody posting the toroidal flow or something like that. Um, Good morning, Lisa Davis. Hi, sweetheart. I love you. Let's see. This morning at the 7:30 live channel guided meditation, the Akashic beings of light took us to through the divine portal into the seventh and the eighth dimensions. And they want us to get comfortable there, like getting used to being interdimensional travelers and going lots of places in consciousness. And they talked about being liquid light. And that just had a feeling to it. I mean, does that not make you purr? Liquid light, like your soul is becoming liquid light. And I think it's quite interesting. If you look around my background here, this is my new home. My brother and I bought a house in Forest Knolls, California, for partly to house my mother, who is going to be 94 next month. God bless her. And she's still going. And we needed to get a house that had no stairs on the main living level where she is. And we did got it. And this is one of the ADUs on the property. And so I get it. And this beautiful the woods back here is gorgeous. I'm feeling tremendously blessed and alive and happy, as I hope you are as well. So give me your questions. Doesn't matter what you think of it. Don't edit, don't judge. I don't judge. I just want to hear it and I want to see what the guides have to say. Um, I've been channeling since 1988. I learned to channel so that I could be in a really powerful workshop series with Sanea Roman and Dwayne Pecker, who have been my teachers since I was about 23 years old. They're both now deceased, but still very present and they're very present. We could talk to them. And but I wanted to do Awakening Your Light Body. And the prerequisite was that you had to be able to channel. And they had been teaching lots of people to channel through the late 70s and the early 80s. And so it wasn't an unreasonable request if you were one of those students, but I hadn't learned yet. Thank goodness they wrote the book Opening the Channel, because I learned how you're reading a book. And that's one of the things that I hope that people learn by reading my book, Bringing Forth Soul Consciousness, an Akashic Records Guide to Living a Fulfilled Life. And in that book, I teach you how to open your Akashic records, which are the record of your soul's entire journey. Your soul's entire journey. And it's a place where you can really access information and energy that changes your consciousness and helps you grow. And you can ask amazing things like, what is the energy of the Grand Canyon, and how did that get formed? You can also ask questions like, what is the energy of the United States at this time? You can ask questions like, why did my soul think I needed to be disabled with multiple sclerosis and heal from it as part of my journey into and evolution as a soul and a personality and a body? You can ask any kind of questions like that. Questions are what I call can openers to information. So, I think a lot of us were taught as kids not to have questions. Like, if you didn't know the answer already, you were in trouble. You were somehow missing a screw, or you're behind the times, or in danger of having some kind of problem or missing out. My dad gave me the sense that if I had a question I didn't know the answer to, it probably meant I was going to be in danger. And so I got this feeling of it was scary to ask questions. But I've discovered in my adulthood, these many years of asking questions in the Akashic Records, and asking questions of my channeling guide, Anubis, that information and energy can really, 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 it can be had. And the Akashic Records are one of the best places to get it. So if you'd like, contact me either here on Facebook or through my YouTube channel. Message me at anniechannels@gmail.com if you would like to get my channeled 352-page, 40-chapter book with 13 processes and 5 prayers and invocations. You can get it by contacting me, and we'll make arrangements for you to get it fast. I have them signed, and each signed book has a special channel message inside it just for you. Whether you're getting the book itself or the companion journal, which is the purple kind. So this is a good tool. It's a very good tool. Will help you through some difficult days. So, questions. I'm just going to check with the guides and see where we're going with all of this. Greetings and welcome from Anubis. The quest for knowledge truly is, as we interpret it, a quest for an energetic shift in perspective, a quest for energetic change and update in perspective. And so if a question is plaguing you, whether it's why the heck do I have this irritable body part that is not cooperating and being a problem, or why did I choose so-and-so to be my mother, brother, father, sister, husband, teacher, whatever. These questions are always asking for a next level update in energy so that you can really assess how deeply you have internalized the lesson you've learned by choosing these relationships or these events or having your soul present you with these experiences. My own experience, my experience of having 3 tubal pregnancies, a miscarriage, and a failed adoption where I had to return the newborn to the birth parents, and also having multiple sclerosis, was a leveling of my pride. It was teaching me humility. It was teaching me compassion. It was teaching the value of pain and heartfelt disappointments in life. And then rebuilding from there in a better way. So the soul has chosen these experiences to shape you, to channel your energy, to refine you. I have a new affirmation for those who like affirmations as much as we do. Lisa has a question. Let's go. I do have a question. She says, many of us will go for a good hike before eating Thanksgiving dinner. My question is, how do you most closely connect with nature through your soul? Any tips? Anubis is here. Say, as you connect with nature on your hike, nature is a part of your physicality. Your body responds to the energy of nature. Your body responds to the increase in breathing, the enlightenment that comes through the increase in oxygen to the brain and the calming of the vagus nerve through the rhythmic pattern of walking and using the body. Attunes you to the natural elements both within yourselves and that make up your physicality, but also to the divinity of Mother Earth. And it is an awareness, an enlargement of your awareness of Mother Earth, from which the bounty of Thanksgiving itself is based, or upon which Thanksgiving itself is based on a celebration of increased harvest, having enough to share, meeting up with a group of people and sharing food, sharing bounty, sharing abundance. And as you walk through nature and share Mother Earth's abundance, you will feel her love, her loyalty, her honoring of your physical body. And it is important that you acknowledge Mother Earth as the source of all you are eating, all you are experiencing in abundance. And maybe it is also the abundance of gratitude for the people with whom you share your feast or your hike or both. Your question again. How do you most closely connect with nature through your soul? As you are walking on your hike, even if it is a paved path, a simple circuit in a well-known place, not necessarily deep in a forest, bring in the light of your soul. Make yourself conscious of the light of your soul. You may find this in your permanent atom of light, located usually somewhere in the trunk of your body, or you can bring it in through the soul chakra, the eighth chakra, about a foot above the head, and embody this soul's light, both within and without your body, so that you, in your physical state, are walking as your soul. How does it feel to walk as your soul? How does your soul take in the experience of gravity and Mother Earth and the trees, the grasses, the change in light, the energy present? How does your soul experience it? And what is different between the way your soul experiences and your normal personality reactions? Perhaps your normal personality reactions are going to, well, I've been here before. I know what to expect on this, and I'm not, not anticipating any newness or any surprises. And so when your soul is walking, it might stop and appreciate the flower or even the weed growing up through the crack in the sidewalk, or a new tree that has come down in the winds, and how that changes the path and the energy, and what new growth is offered an opportunity to grow because of this opening in the forest to more light, because this tree has come down. How does that make you feel closer and more at one with your soul and Mother Earth? Because you are at one with your soul and Mother Earth. And it's a function of light, function of energy, function of your consciousness. You are able to expand to include all of this abundance, your physicality within yourself, all the systems of your body running well, operating perfectly without you having to make that. The sun rising up, the clouds moving around in the sky, as the winter in this particular hemisphere sets in, the changes in the air, the smells, the breezes, the light. Noticing, being alert to your experience, taking one step at a time, breathing one breath at a time, being connected to Mother Earth, one step, one breath, one motion at a time. And Mother Earth honoring your footsteps, rising up to Mother Earth, rising up to feed your energy systems, to regulate your body processes. Mother Earth rising up to feed your nutrient needs, your air, your water, and the abundance, and the open-handedness, the generosity of Mother Earth. This is how you make your Thanksgiving hike a very live, mindful, heartful experience. Bringing consciousness to whatever it is you are doing. And if you're the one who stays home to baste the turkey, then God bless your services. No. refresh my Facebook page so I can see if any new questions are coming up. Love having these new people in the energy system that I'm sensing here. I was going to read an affirmation for you. I have a few new favorites. This one is, and you might even repeat after me. I am constantly and continually being refilled, renewed, refreshed, and refined. It really acknowledges the fact that nothing holds still. Energy is always in motion, and the divine is constantly renewing our energy systems. Our cells are being renewed, our systems are being upgraded all the time. And acknowledging that smooths the process, being grateful for that process, being so invisible and yet so reliable. That's a good gratitude right there. I am the consciousness through which the infinity of the divine's good flows. I am the infinity of the divine's through which I am the consciousness through which the infinity of the divine's good flows. That's right. You are a place where the divine channels good energy through. You have to be. It's part of your mandate. The divine's grace is my sufficiency in all things. I am one with the divine. The divine is an all-inclusive being. Everything needed is already in existence by virtue of my oneness with the divine. I am one. Oh, you're welcome for that answer. It's really a stretch out and be on the hike with all your physicality, all your consciousness. I'm aching for nature. My friend brought me Meyer lemons, and I've been huffing them like a drug. They smell so good. They're my favorite too. Wish it weren't so cold and I could walk barefoot in the grass. You need to hide a tree. God bless the blasters. Yes. Um, there's another you might want to try out. Made in the image and the likeness of the divine. All the power of healing, redemption, and regeneration is within. For the divine is within me. Do that one again. Repeat after me. made in the image and likeness of the divine. All the power of healing, redemption, and regeneration is within. For the divine is within me. Remember, you are the place where the divine flows out her goodness. It comes from within. We don't look outside for our goodness to come to us. We look for it to appear inside, to bubble up like a fountain and flow out of us from the divine within. That's how it works. The activity of truth in my consciousness appears as the miracle. This is an affirmation I wrote on a card 25 years ago when I was getting sober. I accept what the goddess has given me. Supply is my consciousness and is multiplied by giving and service. I recognize the infinite nature of the storehouse upon which I now draw. I come to the divine that she may fill me full of herself. Fill me with her wisdom. Fill me with her peace. And make me a fitting instrument on earth for her love. Hug a tree, rather, she says. Absolutely. Hug a tree. Hug a tree. The tree knows you hug, and the tree reflects that love back and provides that calming, stabilizing energy, the roots that dive down deep into the earth and draw through all Mother Earth's textures and levels of soil and drawing up nutrients and water and sustenance and life force energy from within Mother Earth. We can do the same thing as if our feet sprouted roots that dove deep into Mother Earth and suck up and are open to receiving Mother Earth's contributions to us. There's an affirmation for you. My body, being of the essence and substance of the divine, divinely governed, can embody only the activity, harmony, grace, joy, and beauty of the divine. I got a lot of these affirmations from books by Joel Goldsmith. And the current one I'm reading is called Practicing the Presence. Joel S. Goldsmith. He was an old Christian mystic. He died in about 1963 or 64, but his books really, really reach me at a deep, deep soul level and simplify many spiritual concepts that can be tricky to embody and to live out. Thank you, Davina. You like these. I'm so glad. If I'm looking for any questions, I'm open to channeling on questions, whatever it is that, that you need help with. I am here for you. And if you don't want to do this publicly on this Facebook group page, I suggest you have a reading with me. Maybe you want a simple phone channeled reading or a psychic reading, and at the low rate of $148 for a good 60 minutes, sometimes more. And that's a good way to get started. But if you're like me and you want to watch it again, have a Zoom reading, because that way I can record the reading for you and you get a copy of the video afterwards so that you can review, and you don't have to pay so much stark attention to, wait, before you go on, what was that word? Because there are points at which there are real energetic shifts going on, and I try to maximize those and bring to fulfillment those energetic shifts that are happen during the reading, and so that they are amplified for you, and that's better reviewed on a Zoom session. Now, if you join the Divine Portal that I'm opening up, and that first meeting is going to be December 30th at 5 p.m. California time on Zoom. If you join that for just $44, you get all the information that's already in the Divine Portal. You get access to everything that we are doing, all the processes, all the videos, all the prayers, all the readings, all the audio chapters of my book. You get all of that. If you go in if you join the Divine Portal at the $66 rate, you get 15% off of any 60-minute service. So that might be a good bit of bait for you to gather some serious questions that you have. Lisa says, am I still using knowledge from my reading from a few weeks ago? Your readings are a treasure trove. You've assimilated nearly 90%, but that top 10% is kind of like the cream at the top of an old-fashioned bottle of milk, where the high-fat milk, the cream, rises to the top and sets there. And that energy is still being digested by you. And it may be a good idea to go back and listen to that reading again to see what is bringing itself forth for. There are like time bombs that as you watch later on, there will be like, oh, I didn't even hear this the first time. What did I, and this is important. And now just a few weeks of time goes by and you're ready to work with that particular part of the message. So there are little time bombs in the readings that go on, and thank you for asking that question and bringing that forth. I used to get readings from Sanea, and they were in the old days on a cassette tape, and I would listen to them till the cassette tape was so stretched out and worn, and I just wear them out. But it was so wonderful to be able to be back in the energy of the reading and the understanding that I upgraded to in the process of having that reading about myself and my mission and my connection with my soul and my divine purpose. So here's another affirmation. I am an empty vessel without desire, hope, ambition, fear. I am receptive to the divine. Did you feel that? I opened my heart when I said, I am receptive to the divine. I release my agenda into the hands of the divine. I serve the divine. May her will be done in me, through me, around me. And so it is. As we move into Thanksgiving, of course, we're giving thanks. We're being grateful for everything. And I think one of the least favorite things to be grateful for is the challenges that we're facing. And I think we can even say we're grateful for the unwitting challenges that our political system is going through, whether we agree with the manner it's going through or not. But also, through that gratitude, we might be able to puncture holes in the ceilings of understanding that we haven't had and raise our consciousness beyond those ceiling limitations and use the breakdown of the old formats to rise up into the consciousness of the new formats that we are being offered as options, and to literally use these holes in consciousness to rise up further beyond the some of the lower level interpretations and reactions to the political changes under afoot. We have an option to experience democracy within. Am I being non-judgmental? Am I being all-inclusive? Am I making life better for as many people as possible? Am I hearing the least voice? I don't have to agree with it. I need to just hear it. And am I able to expand to include not taking sides between the either ors and the us against thems, but expand to include both of those things that opens up all these options beyond the black and white thinking of either or, us against them, good versus bad, new versus old. I can create democracy inside myself. I can live this. And that way, we don't forfeit all the choices. We are opting for our own inner choice, our own inner knowledge, our own inner pathway, and maximizing that consciousness and being that, rippling it out into the energies around us helps others. Lisa says, yes, I know for sure it is. Yes, I'll listen again. You changed my life this year in particular. Maybe you can interview me sometime so I can share about that. Oh, that's like a waterfall of wonder. I would love to interview you, Lisa. I think that's the next thing we need to do. Maybe we should set it up for next Tuesday and start to think about the questions you'd like me to ask. And I'll think about questions I'd like to ask you. And let's get that one on video. That would be great. Lisa is my daughter. I want y'all to know I'm so proud. She does all the art on my website and that you see in my Facebook pages. And she has been such a contribution to me and continues to give. She's this magical crossover between fearless tech and awesome artistry. and interpretation and through art of the energies that are possible when we are engaged with our soul and with the divine and with the light. And everything for me is always most bottom level, it's about the light. What's the energy doing? How is the light reflecting the shift in the energy? What's going on energetically in the light of a person that I might be doing a reading for, or the group that I'm doing a class for, or whatever it is? Then it's about the soul. And the guides are always saying reunification with the soul and with the divine is the objective. That's what we're doing. And everything that we do that can enhance that is celebrated and enhanced. Oh, here's a new one. I like this affirmation. The divine's grace removes every obstacle from my path. Truth reveals there was no power in the obstacle. I think I should read this one again because this is like the divine joke. Divine's grace removes every obstacle from my path. Truth reveals there was no power in the obstacle. I was probably just giving my power away to something that I saw as an obstacle in my path. I didn't move this path, this obstacle. There's no power in the obstacle. There's power in the divine. That's where the power is. Okay. Let me just see if there are any other last minute messages from the Akashic beings of light call the divine the great creatress. And so we will persist in that for today. Greetings and welcome to you all this fine day as you move into a greater state of gratitude. The light within you is amplified and so perceptible. I have made it thusly, and we have structured the orbits of the planets to advance this entire perspective. And it is experiential at the best. So bring the experiences into the body, all the way down to the lowest chakra, and let every cell feel the energy of aliveness, renewal, refreshment, and know our allegiance to you and your well-being, your health, your expansion, your consciousness, your enlargement, your evolution as a soul and a point of light and consciousness on this planet. This is my utmost joy. And as you celebrate and honor Mother Earth and all of her capacities and all of her generosity with you, you celebrate your connection with me as a physical being, as a soul, as a constellation of cells in service of the divine. Yes, we hold you in our greatest heart of hearts, our highest esteem. And may your joy pour out often, fully, like an ever-present waterfall, endless supply. May your joy overflow during this holiday season, not just Thanksgiving, but throughout December as well. And we predict this to be true. And we know it to be true because we are in charge of time, timing, and the details. We thank you for your presence today. And we honor you as essential expressions of soul and our divinity. We bid you adieu for today. May you be refreshed, renewed, regenerated, refilled endlessly. May your holiday be wonderful. Thank you for being here with me. If you're watching this on YouTube, I really appreciate it if you subscribe. It helps the algorithms do their thing, which is totally unknown territory for me. I'm just doing the energy. And hopefully the energy was good for you today. I love you. Thank you for being with me. Many, many best blessings. May they go on and on and on, as they do.